What if he say something racist? You know, what if he, try to trap me and cut me into little pieces? Like, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. Hey, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing the How We Met story. Last video we posed you guys and asked what you wanted to see, and when we sat down and really thought about it, we couldn't tell one story without telling the other story. It's all like clumped in together. Yeah. So
best of both worlds, y'all get two stories in one.
Right.
Boom.
Okay, so I'll let you start it off.
All right, so we went to the same high school. Mm-hmm. Jená was a grade above me.
Yes.
But we had honors algebra 2 together. Mm-hmm. It was 11th grade for you, 10th grade for me, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Sophomore and junior year.
Okay.
But I was just like, man, this girl is fine. And so we knew each other in high school. You know, we weren't close.
We knew of each other. Like we
talk to each other.
Knew each other's. I mean, obviously we had a class together. We knew each other's names. We would say hey in passing.
She signed my yearbook. Like,
yeah. I mean, because I thought he was cute. Like he's cute. He's a cutie.
Yeah. Well, I had a big crush on Jená.
I didn't know it. We didn't hang in the same crowds for obvious reasons. I was a grade ahead of you. I was black.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah. So, she went to Tennessee, University of Tennessee College, and then I was gonna go elsewhere, but at the last minute changed my mind, and I went to Tennessee. My first semester that I was there. We were like, I guess we Facebooked each other back and forth after this, but I don't.
That's not what it was.
So we bumped into each other.
We bumped into each other. His freshman year, my sophomore year, it's like the first month of classes.
It's like a fall semester had just started. Mm-hmm. And, we were just walking, and I was like, Jená. And we were like walking past each other, I think.
Yeah, we were walking opposite ways.
Yeah, so saw each other, gave each other, a hug. I'm like, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. We should hang out sometime.
It was so funny how that conversation was because freshmen the white freshmen, they rush right when they get to college. It's not like that for black fraternities and sororities. So, he was rushing, and he was like, so, are you going to do any fraternities or sororities? And I was like, it's kind of, it's kind of different. I was like, it's kind of different for the kind of organizations I would be interested in. I didn't want to come out. Okay, well. I didn't want to come out and say, it's different for black folks. I didn't want to just, what I'm saying? Yeah. So we talked about that, and it was kind of like, let's hang out. And so later that day, I actually found him on Facebook.
You always say that to people though that you're like friends with, like, let's hang out sometime. Yeah, it's good to see you. Let's catch up, and it never happens.
Right.
So
on Facebook later that day, I found him. And I was like, it was so funny running into you. We should hang out some. Yeah. And
sure enough, we didn't hang out.
We did not hang out.
2 years goes by without seeing each other
at all. Like, we didn't see each other at
UT's
all.
A huge campus.
It is
like 30,000 people. So
it's not that big. It's like 26,000.
Okay.
But we didn't see each other at all for 1.5, 2 years at all.
Yeah, and so it was 2009 Halloween week. Because I remember Tennessee wore the black jerseys. Mm-hmm. It was the 1 year Lane Kiffin was there. And I was like, we're wearing black jerseys. I know it's going to happen. And so, like, I was dressed in all black. That was my Halloween. It was like Blackout Tennessee fan, And so we ran into each other.
Was I in front of you at the Money Wall?
Yeah, you were in front of me. So we had this strip of ATMs called the Money Wall.
Yeah.
It was all the different banks. And, it's right there on campus, so all students just, boom.
Went to whichever ATM.
Right. So I was there with a friend, and I see Jená, and,
it was, the thing about, the first time that we met, it was real kind of like, oh, you go here. The second time we met, John was, like, over the moon to see me. Like, I was in front of him getting some money out of the ATM, and then I turn around, and I see him, and he sees me. He like, comes to me with all this like zest. He picks me up and he hugs me, and I'm like, you know, okay. You know, we knew each other, but okay, if that's, you know, that's how you feeling. And I mean, I was excited to see him, but he was, I guess, more excited to see me. And I don't know, it looked like he had some libations or something had been going on with him.
Probably.
So that probably added to his, you know, his zest to see me.
Yeah, definitely probably helped me be a little bit more courageous there.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, he done picked me up off the ground.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was definitely a bold move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could be like...
Well, not for just picking me up, but it's like you know how when guys pick you up and hug you, like one of those, they have to squat a little bit and then pick, like it was one of those kind of things.
It was definitely that. So yeah, said the same thing. It's good to see you. Let's hang out sometime. Didn't happen.
Right.
I guess it was the next semester because it was still my junior year, her senior year. Okay. It was like the week before finals, spring semester, and I'm walking through the library and I see Jená, but I'm like...
No, it was your senior year.
It was my junior year. Because I thought you were...
did 5 years. It was your senior year.
I know this.
Okay.
It was your senior year because I thought you were going to graduate.
Mm-hmm. But I did 4.5 years. Okay. So there was what, 5-6 months?
Yeah, it was like 7 months later.
Right.
October to May.
So like the next chunk, the first chunk we didn't see each other at all for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then after we saw each other, you know, the Halloween game, we didn't see each other at all again for another 7 months.
Yeah. So I'm walking through the library and I see her and I'm just kind of focused, like in the zone. Finals is coming up in the next week and I just was like, had a bunch to do. And I was just about to walk right past her and like felt hand in the chest, like stop, go turn around and talk to her. And so I turn around, I go over, and like she sees me as I'm walking up. And
I saw somebody, because as he was, you know, in his own zone, I was in my own zone as well. I was sitting in front of Starbucks studying, and so my face was down. And out of my peripheral vision, I saw somebody, you know, walk across, but then I saw them backpedal. And then when I noticed that they, you know, backpedal, like didn't turn around and walk back, they backpedal, that made me look up, and it was him.
Yeah. So, you know, she's like, hey, and she gets up out of her chair, gives me a hug, mm-hmm. you know, puts her stuff down, gives me a hug, mm-hmm. and then I sit down next to her and, you know, strike up a conversation, ask her how school's going, like, mm-hmm. say, you know, are you graduating? She said, no, I've got another semester left, mm-hmm. and I was like, all right, cool. Give me your phone number.
Yeah.
We're hanging out soon.
He was very forceful, like...
Yeah.
Thinking back on it, it was really a bold move because he wasn't like, you know, can I have your number? He was basically like, give me your number. It wasn't asking at all. It was just like a decree, give me your number.
Right. And I was not shy, but I had never just like asked for girls' numbers before. And to just not even ask, just be like, give me your number.
Right.
And I think maybe some of that was...
It wasn't in a sleazy, mean, creepy way. It was, you know,
it was just like, hey, let's hang out. Give me your phone number.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out.
It was assertive, but it wasn't jerky.
Right. And so we sit there and we talk for a minute. Mm-hmm. And then we go our separate ways.
Mm-hmm. But before we went our separate ways, you were like,
I plugged you into my phone.
Mm-hmm. But you were like...
As soon as
you was like, give me 2 weeks. I just need to get through exams, but give me 2 weeks and I promise... Like, we're gonna hang out this time. Like, promise.
Because I got to where I was going. Like, I got up and left and, like, sent you a text after that. I was like, give me 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Give me 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Let's finish exams, and then we'll have summer.
And we'll hang out. That's right.
And I was like, for real, we're gonna hang out. Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks later, like, on
to
the dot.
Day.
Yeah, to the day. I texted her, I was like, hey, you wanna hang out? And yeah, she said yeah. So... Yeah. She came over.
Organized. So we text back and forth, organizing, trying to figure out, you know, what was going on, what do we want to do, blah blah blah. So we figured
there was not a whole lot going on. Like everybody had gone out of town, gone back home or wherever.
Right. So I think just the back and forth from, you know, him first texting me like 3 days later or something like that. Yeah. We hung out for the first time. Now it was weird for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. I had a lot of exchanges, a lot of relationships with people who did not look like me. White guys, white girls, you know,
not relationships,
but, you know, friendships, interactions, right? People who didn't look like me, different colors, different religions, blah, 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 blah. Right. But I had never been one-on-one with a white guy like that. Now, granted, in my mind, it's just, you know, we're friend zone. We're out for the summer. You know, we went to the same high school together. No big deal. You know, just something to pass the time. Because I stayed, that particular summer, I stayed at school to train for track. So, you know, just something to pass the time. Yeah, we can catch up, we can shoot the breeze, whatever. But the closer it got to me going over his, because that's what we decided. We decided that we were going to go, he invited me over his spot. And we're just going to, you know, watch a movie. And as the time is getting closer and closer, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, you know what, I ain't never done this before. Like, what if we don't have nothing in common? What if we don't have nothing to talk about? Right. What if he doesn't get my humor? What if I don't get his humor? Yeah. What if he say something racist? You know, what if he, you know, try to trap me and cut me into little pieces? Like, you know, like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. But, you know, I got there and
I was nervous too. I was super nervous.
Did I say I was nervous?
Oh, no.
I was nervous.
I was nervous too, because I, you know, like I said, I had this huge crush on Jená.
And I didn't know.
Since high school.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if there was going to be an opportunity, if she even thought I was attractive.
What kind of opportunity you talking
about? Just, if there was like a way for me to like slip in.
Slide in them metaphoric DMs.
Yes. Exactly. This is way before Instagram.
Yeah, right.
But, yeah, so I think, you know, whatever. I just took the edge off before. So I was nervous too. You know, I had this huge crush on her from way back in high school. Obviously, it was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know how this is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to have anything to say. I don't know if she's going to think I'm funny, if she's going to think I'm lame.
You thought
like,
that?
Yeah, like, I don't know if she's going to be like, this is weird, and like hang out for 30 minutes and leave.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You thought that?
Mm-hmm.
So we hung out. We hung out, and
I think the first time that we hung out, we watched, what did we watch? Zombieland. We watched Zombieland. It had just come out, and I think I might have seen it before. But I was like, you know, this would be funny just to watch a movie, you know, something that doesn't require a lot of back and forth, but we can still laugh and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. But before we watched the movie, we had like a brief conversation, and during that conversation, one of his friends had found his way back to Christ. And he had some kind of feelings about that, and I could see like the conversation could kind of go left real fast. So I was kind of like, you know, it's gonna be okay. And so, because I did not want to get into that. You know, this is not what this is supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, it was just a friend from high school, so we brought him up, and then I shared that, whatever.
And I was kind of like, okay, we you know, philosophically, we don't, we okay.
You know, that's one of those subjects you just don't touch on, like when you're
I mean, you can sometimes, but I just, in this particular instance, I was like, I ain't trying to do that. So, skirt.
That was a
I
good
was like, okay.
detour. It was a good detour.
Okay. So I curved the conversation to the left, and then we started watching Zombieland. And this was... Zombieland is hilarious. And he wasn't laughing as much as I was laughing because, as he said before, he had seen it before.
But still,
bruh.
But I don't laugh like Jená laughs too. Like,
bruh,
Jená is a loud laugher. I'm more of one of these like I don't laugh audibly. It's just like
it has to be super funny for you to get like that tickle. But bruh, the first time I seen Zombieland,
like when the lady goes flying out the windshield.
Look.
The little kids and all that.
I laughed
the cardio
so
part
much.
Got Jená.
Oh, everything got me. Everything about the movie got me. I was laughing so hard. And meantime, as I'm I would say we're a good 20, 25, 30 minutes into the movie, and I'm just like, I'm gut laughing.
Yeah.
And then it registers, after about 25, 30 minutes, it registers. Oh my gosh, Jená, you like all out here. You out here. Like, what is he thinking about you? Is he thinking that you are too loud? Is he thinking that you lame because you think this is funny? Like, so I was like.
But all the while, I'm just happy that she's having a good time. So I'm like, thank God. Like, good movie selection.
Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, after I like came to this realization 25, 30 minutes into it, I was like, Jená, just reel it back. But I couldn't because the movie was so funny.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it does wind down there towards the end. Like, it's very funny.
No, because when Bro gets shot, he's like,
Bill Murray.
like, no, it don't mind. It's funny until the end.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the movie goes off, and I get sleepy. So basically, I go home and we text again, and he's basically like, let's hang out again.
Yeah, and I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next time, it was like I think it was a Wednesday or something, and we lived right across the street from me and my roommates. My roommates and I lived right across the street from the best sushi joint in Knoxville, and so they had half-price sushi too. So a couple days later, was it the next day?
Mm-mm.
2 days later.
So after the first time we hung out at Zombieland, I want to say like 3 days later we hung out again. It wasn't the next day.
Okay.
It was 2 or 3 days later.
Right. Okay. So a couple days gone by, and I'm like, hey, do you want to grab something to eat? I live across the street from the sushi spot. It was like the best spot in Knoxville. So it's like they got half-price sushi. We'll just go and grab a quick bite over there. Mm-hmm. I went like once a week at that point in time, so I was like, so good. Let's go.
So good.
So we went, and I'll let you tell it.
Okay, so so before we go to the sushi spot, since like he said he lived right across the street, I went over his apartment first, and we watched the beginning of a movie. We watched
Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, we watched the beginning of Inglourious Basterds, and then like halfway, not even halfway, maybe like a third of the way through,
30 minutes in, maybe.
Yeah, we was like, okay, time to go get sushi. So we walk across the street, and now, the first time we hung out was the first time I had been with a white guy solo, one-on-one. The second time, which is this time that we've hung out, I haven't been in public solo one-on-one with a white guy before.
Same for me.
So we walk in, you know what I'm saying?
And we're just oblivious to everything.
Look, so we walk in, and mind you, in my mind, this is my friend.
Yeah.
It ain't even like that at all. It ain't like that. So we walk in, and it's like
silence. The hush falls over the restaurant. And we're like,
okay. Okay, we gotta tell you about Nama. The old location was a hole in the wall.
Yeah, it was real small.
It was super.
It was like just you walk in the door and it's straight back. There's like one little table here, and then maybe 5 or 6 tables here, and then it's just a sushi bar, and that was it. Mm-hmm. And then like a restroom in the back. Mm-hmm. But like you walk in and the place is double wide, like straight back. And so we gotta walk past everybody to get to the sushi bar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we walk by, and there's like I'll let you tell it. There's like another mixed couple. It's a reverse swirly. So there's a black guy with a white girl. And the black guy looks at Jená. I'll let you tell it. Because he looks at you. And I'm just not even. I'm just like, whatever. Just chilling, like, yeah. This is weird. Everybody got quiet. Okay, let's find a seat.
And in my mind, when we came in and the hush fell, it's like you could hear like chopsticks clanking on the plate. You could hear forks.
And they don't even make noise.
It's just like, it got so quiet, and I look over, like John said, I look over and I see this dude, right? This black dude, he with this white girl. Yo, straight slow motion. He looked at me, and he was like, I was like, ah! First of all, you don't even understand that this is my friend. Secondly, you all, hugged up, snugged up in the booth, and you shaking your head at me? Like, I was like, the audacity. So we walking through, the sushi restaurant, and so we sit down. And mind you, I was so uncomfortable. Because I felt like everybody was in our conversation because the place was so small. So we're sitting at the sushi bar, but I'm angled towards him, and he's angled in towards me. But I feel like everybody is on our So, you know, and I was...
It was like it was a good meal, but it was kind of awkward.
It was,
and I don't think our conversation was like all that. Like,
it wasn't like all that, but it was good. It was good conversation. It wasn't like, you know, life changing conversation, but it was a good conversation.
Okay. See, I feel like it was just like, all right, we talked a little bit, and then the food came out, and then we just ate.
Say that again.
I said I feel like we talked a little bit, then the food came out, and then we just ate. Like it wasn't like.
I mean, I was still nervous to hang out with you for the second time because I was like, you know, what if there was a fluke?
Yeah.
And then to add eating in front of you on top of it with chopsticks, like what if I miss my mouth? You know, what if I'm laughing and snot come out my nose and hit the, like, it was just a lot. So it was like I wasn't comfortable, and then the fact that everybody was staring at us and just misunderstanding what our relationship was, and then I felt like granted, a lot of this probably was
just in your head.
My head, but then I just feel like people were on top of us all in our conversation. I was just uncomfortable. So yeah, you're probably right. It was probably just like a little conversation, ate, and then And I could tell you were nervous though.
I was
and
nervous. Jená looked so fine, y'all. Like I still remember to this day, teal like great looking dress. You know, hair looked great, even though it was braids. It was braids. Just looking so fine. And I was like, man. My God. Like, for me, you know? And like, I was just like, you know, I don't think Jená was dressing up for me. She was just dressing up because she was going out. But still, like, I was just awestruck because she's, you know, beautiful. But, yeah, so we finished our meal.
And you little slickster.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, so he paid for my meal. Oh. So dude, girl, whoever come out and like, and so I get ready to pay. He's like, nah, I got this, and I was like, what? And like, I'm so lost. I'm like, what? Why you paying for my food? It don't make sense. Like, what? What's what? So he's like, I got you. He was like, I was planning to do this all along, and I was like, you was planning to do this all along? Okay.
I don't remember that, but.
That is etched in my brain. I was like, he was planning to do this all along. Like, what's going on here? Yeah.
So then we go back across
the street and watch the movie a little bit more.
We don't finish it.
Because I'm tired.
Jená gets the itis.
Was it the itis?
I think
it might have been. I don't know. It
might have been the
itis.
And
then it was getting late, and I was just tired.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you know, I'm going to have to cut this movie short. I'm just sleepy, so I'm just about to go. He's like, okay, let me walk you to your car.
So, so I live downtown, and like, you know, we had on-street parking or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, we'll walk her out to her car. Jená gets in, starts her car up, you know, leans in, starts her car up, and then gets back out and comes to give me a hug.
Right.
And this is all like slow motion in my head, like
it was, y'all. You was slow motion in your head. Yeah. It was for sure slow motion in mine.
But yeah, so she comes up to give me a hug, and like, you know, when you hug somebody, you like cock your head to one side to hug on their shoulder, because you don't want to bop them in the face.
You know, you don't. Both of y'all faces don't need to come toward the same. You know, no headbutt. Yeah, so you crisscross it.
Yeah, but so Jená tried to crisscross it, and I like blocked, and then she tried to crisscross the other way, and I blocked, and then I just was like, you know, I did not have this plan at all. We're just like, this is it. Go. Like, you must do this. And so she goes one way, she goes the other way, and then like I lean in and just kiss her. And Jená kisses me back. In her mind, she freezes. Jená kisses me back.
I'm gonna stay on my side. Just stay inside.
So I kiss her and then pull back, and she says something, and I'm like, yeah. And then I kiss her again. And then, you know, she gets in her car and leaves. I walk back to my apartment, and my roommate's in there. And I'm like, I just kissed a black girl. I just kissed Jená, too. Like, the crush of all crushes. Like, and I walk around just, like, for, like, 5 minutes, bro. I just kissed her. And my roommate's like, so what? Like, chill out. But I'm like, you know, whatever. But then I'm like, oh, crap. Like, that was too much. So I text her, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you, like, so yeah. So I text her, I didn't mean to disrespect you. You know, I'm so sorry. I hope that didn't push you away. Mm-hmm. I'd love to hang out with you again. I don't know if I said that all at once. Mm-hmm. I think I probably just said, like, I'm sorry.
You said it all.
Okay. So, yeah. And then she texted me back, I think that night or the next morning. I think she texted me back that night. Yeah. But, yeah, so I was like... And I was just like... What's going to happen next?
So, from my perspective... just like him. So I go in and I'm trying to hug him and I lean this way, he leans this way, and I'm like, but the thing about it is I'm still coming forward. Like, so he leans this way, I lean this way, he leans this way. I lean that way, he leans this way. And so he kisses me. And I can feel, and he says I kisses him back, but you guys, I froze. You know, in those type of situations, you think, you know what you gonna do. You know, you're gonna push him back, you're gonna slap him. You know, it's gonna be like this big, all-out romantic kiss.
Passionate embrace.
In real life, it ain't like that. And he says that I kisses him back. I honestly don't remember. I don't think I did. He said that I did. Okay, I froze. Right. Maybe. So, he pulls away, right? And of all the things to say, people, of all the things to say, my mind was blank. I'm talking about blank. And the only few words that popped in my head was, oh, that's how you feel. Like, that's a, like, and even when I think about it now, Jená, why was those the words that you chose?
Like, why would you say anything else?
But, my mind has never been that blank ever in my life. And so the only thing, so I was like, oh, so that's how you feel. And with as much sauciness as John could muster, he was like, yeah, that's how I feel. And leans back in, people, and leans back in and pecks me again.
It wasn't a peck the first time.
No,
it was a little bit sustained.
Yeah.
The first one was a little sustained, which is why I say it wasn't she froze, because it was just with a peck, you can freeze and be like,
you can freeze in anything.
But like with a kiss, cause it wasn't like all out, but
no, it wasn't all out.
A sustained kiss.
Mm-hmm. It was, I would say, a good
2-3 seconds.
4-5 seconds.
Okay.
And I froze. So to me, it felt like my mouth was probably like this. And he was kissing dead lips. And then he pulled away. And I was like, oh, so that's how you feel. He's like, oh, yeah, that's how I feel. And then, so I get in I'm like, oh, okay, well, bye. Have a good night. I'm talking about, I hop in my car. He don't remember this, but I pull off so fast. I'm like, like I get out of there so fast. I call my friend Kamara. I'm like, Chica, girl, he kissed me, girl. He kissed me. And so she was like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm talking, to her as I'm driving home. And, she talks me down or whatever. We're laughing about it. So we get off the phone. So when I get off the phone, I notice a text message from him that's like,
it's funny to me that we both were like thinking the same thing. Like, I kissed her. He kissed me. Like, and we're both saying it to like the first person that we.
But for me and for you, because you were like, oh my God, I kissed a black girl. Oh my God, I kissed a black girl. For me, it was like, oh, okay. And for me, it was just like, oh my God, a white boy kissed me. To be honest, I was like, oh my God, a white boy kissed me. What is going on? But when I got off the phone with Chica, I had a text message from you that was like, I'm sorry. I didn't, I wasn't thinking. I didn't mean to disrespect you. I didn't, all of that kind of stuff. He was like, but I would love to hang out again. And so we ended up hanging out again. I don't remember. Like, after the first 2 times of us hanging out, everything else is a blur.
Right.
Because it's like after that, we started hanging out like heavy. Mm-hmm. And basically the rest is history. I mean, we had a lot of ups and a lot of downs to get to the point we are now.
I mean, it was our first, both of our first interethnic relationships.
Yeah.
So there was some things that came with that.
Yeah. And, me trying to figure out if I want to be in a relationship with a white dude, what are my family gonna say? What are my, my friends gonna say? Like, it was a...
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was... I don't think I had so much of that, but I knew that it was going to be different. Like, was different from dating a white girl. Like, there's just different things that went into it, like that I would have to consider and think about and like approach differently.
So yeah, that's how we met and our first kiss, and basically here we are now, all in love.
Right. Yeah. So.
Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And if you haven't already, after you subscribe, go ahead and click the button to be notified when our videos go live.
And check some of our older videos out. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, check some of our older videos out. We have a video of behind the scenes of, us eloping, the spicy noodle challenge.
Yeah. If y'all want to hear more about our story, like our eloping video goes into a lot of things.
Yeah, and we'll
do more.
Yeah, we'll tell some more about our eloping situation, because one thing that is not conveyed in that, like the 2 eloping videos that we did, is like the time frame. So we were engaged on Friday and we were married like less than 7 days later. So it was like a really quick situation. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably do a video talking about that. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and
be blessed, y'all.
Be blessed. Bye.